Good morning, student. Welcome to the online classes, Geography, Mary Lucas School. I'm Miss Rashmi Singh. We have to continue with our lesson, Landforms of the Earth. We are going to do our next chapter, the next topic, page number 48, Plateaus. Please open page number 48 and I'm going to explain it to you. Plateaus. Definition: Plateau is an abbreviated trace of relatively flat land, usually limited on at least one side by a steep slope, falling abruptly to lower land. Children, in your previous classes, you have learnt what is a plateau. Plateau is a hilltop with a flat land, tableland type of slopes on both sides. So children, this is called plateau. Come, the large scale deformation of the earth crust which produce continents, ocean basin and mountain ranges etc. is known as dystrophism, astrophysicism. All this, all the highest plateaus of the earth are the direct products of dystrophism. Since their uplift, they have been modified by various agents of erosion and in many cases by volcanism and minor earth movement. For convenience, they may be classified as below. Types of plateaus: intermontane plateau and volcanic plateau. Children, there are two types of plateaus: intermontane plateau and volcanic plateaus. These include the highest, largest and in many respects most complex plateaus of the world. They are surrounded by mountains, hence known as intermontane plateau. So children, plateaus are also surrounded by mountains all over them. Their surface show an extraordinary variety of topographic features. For example, plateaus of Tibet, the plateau of Bolivia and Peru and Mexican plateau. The Tibetan plateau is the world's highest and well as most extensive intermontane plateau. So children, Tibet plateau is also called the intermontane plateau and it is the world highest plateau. Other examples are Colombian Plateau, North American Colorado, Bolivian, Peruvian and Mexican Plateau. Now let's see volcanic plateau. The lava erupted from the volcanoes have resulted into numerous volcanic plateaus. Children, just now we have studied about intermontane plateaus which is surrounded by mountains and now we are studying volcanic. They has formed by the eruption of volcanoes. Some of some as Snake River region of Idaho, USA, Idaho, USA have flat surface called lava plains. The plateaus of peninsular India, especially the northwest Deccan, is an example of lava plateau. It has enormous accumulation of basaltic rocks. Other important plateaus are South African Plateau, Colombian Plateau, the Ethiopian Plateau. The Colombian Plateau has about 20 layers of lava, suggesting that 20 different volcanic eruptions have formed this plateau. Significance of plateau. So there are how many layers in the plateau? 20 layers have been found of the lava which flows from the eruption of the volcano. These are called volcanic plateaus. Let's see the significance of the plateau. Page number 49. Different plateau region of the world have different types of climate and different types of topography. So children, in different parts of the world there is different climates and it has different topography. Therefore, the level of development is also different. Most of the plateau of the world are arid and semi arid. So some of the plateaus are arid and semi-arid. The aviation does not allow long growing seasons. Agriculture development is difficult due to the isolated situation. Children, due to climate, there is it is volcanic plateaus are part from the agriculture region, and so it is very difficult for people to do agriculture on these type of plateaus. Agriculture is possible in certain places which have basaltic, basaltic soil. So only the places which have basaltic soil can have agriculture. Two important area of this type of Deccan land in India in patches and Columbian Plateau of Washington and Oregano states of USA. Some plateaus are rich in minerals. Chota Nagpur Plateau of India is a storehouse of minerals. It includes plateau of Ranchi, Hazaribagh and Kodagram, Kodram. Coal, iron, mica, bauxite, etc. are found in abundance. Bolivia and Peru are known for their tin and copper mines. So, here in plateau region, some of the minerals such as tin, copper and mining is also done in some of these parts of the region. Children, our next topic is plains. Well, let's see what is the definition of plains. Plains are extensive flat area of low altitude. They have a local relief of less than 150 meter above sea level. An important characteristics of plain is that they have a completely level of nearly level surface. Some plains have great generally rolling topography and the slopes is gradual. So children, we have studied about plains. They are flat land which has fertile soil in it. These are called plains, and it is having important features which is calculated that it is 5 meters above sea level. The plains are measured according to the sea level. It is 150 meter above sea level. Let's study about types of plains. Children, here are the types of plains we will study: structural plains and depositional plains. According to the situation and mode of origin, plains can be classified into following types. Structural plains. These plains lie near the coast. They are formed as a result of emergency of sea bottom near coast. So, these are structural plains. Of the coastal area is a flat area. The newly emerged coastal plain would be bordered and wide. Where is the coast, children? Where the land and the sea meets is called the coast, and this is an area where we see the structural plains. Such plains increase in width towards sea due to the disposition of sediments brought by the sea waves. For example, Russia platforms a great plain of US, the central lowlands of Australia. Disposition plains. These types of plains are formed by the disposition of sediments on a large scale. Various agents of erosion cut the rock, transport and erode material load from the source, and deposit the load of some other places. According to the agent of erosion and place of disposition, the dispositional plains are of the following type. So what are dispositional plains? The soil which is taken from one place and transported to and eroded to another place is called dispositional plains. Some of the following are alluvial plains. These are formed by gradual accumulation of silt brought down by the river. So the soil which is coming by the river, which is accumulated and it is very fertile, that is called the alluvial plains. As a river leaves the mountains, the water spreads out and fast speed is arrested. The sluggish water deposits the material. The fan-shaped disposition in at the foot of the hills are called predominant alluvial fan. The size depends upon the quality and deposited material. So, predominant alluvial fan, it is a shape which is formed by the deposition of soil. If the eroded material or load of a river is deposited in the form of a belt along the foot of the hill, it forms the predominant alluvial plain. It is called Bhabbar in India. Bhabbar in India. So, from where the soil is deposited near the hill and it is having a belt shape that forms a predominant alluvial plain. The load changes into fine clay and sand. When the river widens its valley or overflow it banks during flood, the clay and sands are deposited over large areas. Such plains are called floodplain. These plains are most fertile area of the world. These plains are generally flat and level. The plains of northern China, Indo-Gangetic plains, Mississippi plains, etc. are examples of fertile alluvial plains. At the mouth of the river, triangle-shaped plain of deposited material is called a delta plain. Flat delta plains are formed by some big rivers like Wango, Ganges, Nile, Mississippi, etc. These are very fertile and support dense population. Glaciers deposits. These plains are very fertile owing to deposit fell left by continental glacier. When the glacier melt, the debris are deposited. Such plains are extensive in size. They have irregular surface. The composition of surface material differ from the rock and lie beneath the plain of Central North America and Western European plains are example. Alkaline low plains or disposition by wind. These plains are formed by the material which has been transported and deposited by wind. Example, lowless deposits of North China cover more than 2.5 lakh square kilometer of area. Lancaster plains or river deposit. These plains result from the filling of lake bed. When river enters a lake, they are muddy. The plain of Hungary in Europe and the plain surrounded Great Lake of North America are best example. Significance of plain. The plains are often thickly populated area as they offer many advantages for agriculture, transport and settlement. The plains which are too hot or too cold or too humid for human activity remains undeveloped. On the whole, it can be seen that depositional plains, especially alluvial plains, are usually very fertile. Such plains are center of great economic development and dense population. Alluvial plains founded in valley of river have been cradle of civilization since earliest time. The main disadvantage of plains are as follows. Constructional of settlement, rail, road, etc. is easy on flat and soft surface. Fertile soil of alluvial plain are granaries of the world. In arid areas, irrigation can be provided easily and economically. Most of the big cities are situated in plains as most of the plains provide fine climate and fertile land. Movement is easy, which encourages agriculture and industrial development. All the alluvial plains are densely populated areas. So children, here we complete our reading session. We will meet in our next video. I will give you all the notes. Please do it in your notebooks and we will meet in our next chapter. Please be cooperate with me. I hope you will get the help from this video. Thank you children. We'll meet in the next video.